Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that
They pray on my downfall. It's not gonna happen. But the thing is this, man. Don't go against me, ride with me. My thing is this, I know how to win no matter. Trust. Every morning I get up in the mirror and I say, I say to myself, when I'm, brushing my teeth, I say, you know what? The only person I can trust, that person right there. Because we all know we can trust ourselves. But we all always know somebody else is always gonna let us down.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has once again placed himself in the middle of public controversy, and this time Stephen A. Smith is part of the discussion. Recently, Mayweather shared what he described as a private video clip on social media that appeared to show Smith reaching out to him for financial assistance. Floyd used the clip to suggest that Smith represents a broader group of critics who, in his view, are quick to attack now that they think he may be vulnerable. Since then, the debate has grown beyond the video itself. The focus has shifted to a larger and more uncomfortable question. Is Stephen A. Smith simply being critical out of personal bias, or are those claiming that Mayweather is facing financial difficulties raising legitimate concerns?
Owes a bunch of gambling debts. Floyd, okay? And he tried to plant fake news out here saying that he was in downtown LA giving out money, and then he was at the
Speculation about Floyd Mayweather Jr. facing financial strain has continued to circulate, with some pointing to legal filings, court disputes, and even aspects of his own business ventures as reasons for concern. Critics argue that these developments have begun to chip away at the polished Money Mayweather image he has cultivated for years. Central to the discussion are several lawsuits and claims suggesting that parts of his vast fortune may be under pressure. In one notable case, a Miami jeweler filed a lawsuit alleging that Mayweather owes more than $4 million for luxury jewelry that remains unpaid. According to reports, the matter has not yet been resolved and is proceeding through the legal system. The items in question reportedly include high-end watches and diamond pieces, the same type of extravagant accessories Mayweather has frequently showcased on social media. With the bill still disputed and the case active in court, the situation has added fuel to ongoing debates about the true state of his finances.
It's expensive, but come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets.
The situation reportedly extends beyond the United States. In Nigeria, a court ordered Floyd Mayweather Jr. to pay $2.4 million to Zani Media Concept Limited over claims that he breached a contract tied to a promotional appearance. According to the allegations, Mayweather received payment to attend an event but did not appear, prompting the company to seek legal action to recover the funds. The ruling has been described by critics as another example of a high-profile agreement ending in dispute. With the case drawing international attention, it has added to the broader scrutiny surrounding Mayweather's business dealings and the legal challenges he is currently facing.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local host in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Back in the United States, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has also faced questions over his real estate ventures. He publicly claimed that he had invested in a $10 billion office portfolio alongside 601W companies, even sharing photos online to celebrate what he described as a major business milestone. However, when reporters began examining the announcement more closely, they suggested that the specifics of the deal were unclear, with limited publicly available details to fully support the scale of the claim.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low,
Public records reportedly did not list Floyd Mayweather Jr. as a major stakeholder in the properties, and his name did not appear on documents that would substantiate such a sweeping ownership claim. As a result, critics began to question whether he may have overstated his level of involvement in order to preserve the billionaire businessman image he has promoted since stepping away from boxing.
Just another ordinary day, chilling in an EWB Rolls Royce. For those that don't know what an EWB is, that's an extended wheelbase Rolls Royce. I need the leg. I know I ain't that tall, about 5'8.5", some days 5'9".
Adding to the uncertainty, Floyd Mayweather Jr. also stated that he had acquired 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan for $42 million through his company, Vader Properties. However, follow-up reviews of publicly available property records reportedly did not list his name in connection with those holdings. Some real estate observers have suggested that the claims may be overstated, fueling further debate about the true scope of his investments and overall financial standing. Despite the growing speculation, Mayweather's lifestyle appears unchanged. Reports indicated that he spent more than $1 million on a luxury suite during the Super Bowl 58 weekend in Las Vegas. He has also continued to showcase high-end purchases, including an extensive watch collection said to be worth around $100 million, while maintaining the same lavish public image he has long embraced.
The person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, and still.
To his supporters, it still appears to be classic Floyd Mayweather Jr., bold, flashy, and unapologetically extravagant. But to critics, the same displays come across as the actions of someone trying hard to preserve an image that may be under pressure. Amid the growing scrutiny, Mayweather has not remained quiet. He has pushed back strongly against detractors, singling out figures such as Stephen A. Smith, whom he accuses of envy and negativity. Taking to Instagram, Floyd made his stance clear, suggesting that some people are quick to doubt him simply because they never expected him to succeed in the first place.
Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this.
He suggested that many people assume athletes will eventually go broke instead of expanding into business. According to Floyd Mayweather Jr., critics expect flash and lifestyle, not financial strategy. He insisted that he is changing that narrative through his own decisions, investments, and discipline, arguing that if that makes others uncomfortable, it reflects more on them than on him. Mayweather went on to say that some would rather question the legitimacy of his business moves than acknowledge his growth. He implied that bias, envy, and outdated stereotypes often drive the skepticism. Emphasizing that he refused to accept limitations, he stated that he educated himself, invested wisely, and is focused on building a lasting legacy, regardless of public opinion. In his view, people should respect the grind instead of constantly trying to undermine it.
Some money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any.
Floyd, are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Floyd's stance is clear. He feels that many people are waiting to see him fail. From his perspective, the conversation isn't about financial trouble but about deep-seated envy. Floyd Mayweather Jr. portrays himself not only as a retired champion but also as a sharp entrepreneur who faces intense scrutiny because he doesn't align with the common stereotype of a black athlete mismanaging his wealth.
Investments that I did was New York real estate. So it started off with 7 figures, and I was getting a certain amount of money every month. When I first gave them $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. So I said, the money kept coming on the 18th every month. 50,000 would come in. I still was competing, I still was fighting, I still was active, and I still was.
Despite his public defense, troubling reports have continued to surface. At his Los Angeles gym, employees staged protests, claiming they had gone weeks without pay. Videos spread online showing staff openly expressing frustration, which only intensified speculation that Floyd Mayweather Jr. may be facing behind-the-scenes financial strain. When workers publicly demand unpaid wages, it becomes difficult to maintain an image of limitless prosperity. Alongside bold real estate announcements, Mayweather has also shifted attention toward cryptocurrency ventures, recently promoting a digital token known as asset, adding another layer to the ongoing debate about the direction of his business empire.
I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, you know, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave, you know what, be the best.
He has even offered supporters incentives such as signed gloves and championship belts if they invest or participate. While Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been involved in endorsements, critics argue that the growing number and nature of these promotions point to a desire for faster cash flow, something that seems unusual for someone who once boasted about carrying millions in cash at a time. This narrative has strengthened the position of figures like Stephen A. Smith, who has shifted from being cordial with Floyd to becoming one of his more outspoken critics. Mayweather maintains that the criticism stems from jealousy and resentment. However, others believe Smith and similar voices are raising difficult but legitimate concerns, suggesting that without steady, high-value paydays, maintaining such a lavish lifestyle may prove challenging over the long term.
What the hell is going on with Floyd Mayweather?
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, I think Stephen A. was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came out with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million that's dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard the nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that one. I own that one.
I seen that too.
So some people...
Complicating matters further is the reality that Floyd Mayweather Jr. built his entire brand around the idea of being untouchable, undefeated inside the ring, financially secure outside of it, and always in control. That aura of invincibility became central to the Money Mayweather identity. The extravagant jewelry, luxury car collections, and stacks of cash showcased on social media were not merely displays of wealth, they were core elements of his brand. If any part of that image were proven to be exaggerated, the impact on his reputation could be significant. Despite the growing scrutiny, Mayweather continues to project confidence. He regularly shares videos highlighting his lifestyle, brushes off critics with sharp captions, and firmly rejects any suggestion that his empire is weakening.
If you guys haven't seen one of my buildings, is One Summit, you know.
Yes.
You know, it's actually it's one of the tallest commercial buildings in the world. So just in New York alone, I got 9 skyscrapers. And Andrew Mathias, you know, great business guy. This is what he told me one day. We took a walk. We was in New York. We was taking a walk. He said, "You see that building right there?" He said, "Yeah." We said, "We own that. You see this building? We own it." So we was walking and walking. Then he said, "You know, a box."
In his view, critics are inevitable, and doubters will never truly grasp his grind. Floyd Mayweather Jr. doesn't see the backlash as a downfall but as confirmation that he's still operating at a high level, that his success is so visible it naturally attracts envy. Mayweather portrays his detractors as resentful individuals frustrated with their own lives, suggesting they focus on him because they lack accomplishments of their own. To him, the louder the criticism becomes, the stronger his success story appears. Beyond boxing, he continues to present himself as polished and composed, insisting that he's making even bigger business moves now than at any point during his fighting career.
In the beginning, you know, I feel like people was rooting for me, wanted the best for me. And the more and more as I accomplished more and kept accomplishing things, then you start seeing like different things. Then you start saying, he's a wife beater, or he's not that smart, or you hear so many different things. And I just feel like, okay, you're entitled to believe whatever.
He has even offered supporters incentives such as signed gloves and championship belts if they invest or participate. While Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been involved in endorsements, critics argue that the growing number and nature of these promotions point to a desire for faster cash flow, something that seems unusual for someone who once boasted about carrying millions in cash at a time. This narrative has strengthened the position of figures like Stephen A. Smith, who has shifted from being cordial with Floyd to becoming one of his more outspoken critics. Mayweather maintains that the criticism stems from jealousy and resentment. However, others believe Smith and similar voices are raising difficult but legitimate concerns, suggesting that without steady, high-value paydays, maintaining such a lavish lifestyle may prove challenging over the long term.
Some of the biggest artists, and you wouldn't even know, because my name don't have to be on everything. I have to be the marquee. Yeah, because sometimes if you put your name on certain things, you got people that's gonna be jealous. So sometimes I was like, I don't got to have my name on it to collect the check. So
in the closing years of boxing's celebrated 1990s era, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was methodically shaping his reputation, collecting victories one bout at a time. His rise was strategic and disciplined, with each performance adding to the legacy he was constructing. The young standout from Grand Rapids, Michigan, displayed an advanced command of the sweet science that separated him from his peers. Defense, accuracy, footwork, he possessed the complete package. He didn't simply defeat opponents, he systematically dismantled and neutralized them. Years later, that same Mayweather stands as the wealthiest boxer the sport has ever seen, a Hall of Fame inductee, and a figure widely regarded as one of the greatest fighters to ever step into the ring. Beyond his technical brilliance and undefeated record, his voice became a weapon of its own. Mayweather mastered psychological warfare, using sharp, calculated words to unnerve rivals long before the opening bell ever rang.
Okay, we want to know, in the least amount of fights, you know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
During a recent interview with FightHype.com, Floyd Mayweather Jr. appeared as confident as ever, unfazed by the changing narratives surrounding him. With his usual mix of composure and defiance, he declared, "Like I always say, I can't be stopped. You can't stop me. What's meant to be in life is meant to be. Period. I don't have anything against anybody. I'm not upset with anybody. I'm not mad at anybody. I'm just saying, just look at this." He added that his remarks were no different from when he previously spoke about Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, emphasizing that he respects both fighters. Mayweather made it clear that he holds no personal grudges against today's boxers, yet the competitive fire that defined his career still burns. He even directed a challenge toward Top Rank, the promotional outfit associated with both Stevenson and Haney, suggesting that if they truly believe they represent the best in the sport, they should attempt to produce someone superior to him.
Records is Floyd Mayweather. You know, I don't think that it is, Muhammad Ali paved the way for me to be where I'm at today. You know, he's a legend. But when we talk about record breaking, we also got to talk about Ali lost to a fighter with 7 fights when he lost his world title to a fighter with only 7 fights. So these are the things that we don't look at. We don't only look at him standing for a cause, which is the great thing because he's...
At the core of Floyd's comments is a deeper perspective on competition and legacy. Floyd Mayweather Jr. recognizes that setting aside ego is sometimes necessary to make the fights that truly matter. Even so, he never forgets the strategic nature of the sport. He has mastered the balance of issuing challenges without open disrespect, positioning himself carefully without unnecessary theatrics. It's the same calculated mindset that allowed him to transition from elite fighter to business powerhouse, blending branding and entrepreneurship into a post-boxing career few can match. No conversation about Mayweather's continued relevance is complete without mentioning the landmark 2017 clash with Conor McGregor. What initially appeared to some as merely a lucrative exhibition evolved into a major cultural moment. The crossover event blurred the boundaries between boxing, mixed martial arts, entertainment, and global business. The fight reportedly generated around $600 million in revenue, reinforcing Mayweather's standing not only as a boxing legend but also as a financial force capable of turning spectacle into staggering profit.
Floyd has weak hands. He's broken his hands many times. And even though he's capable of knocking guys out, it's with precision. He's not going to knock you out like a John the Beast Mugabe would, or a Francis Ngannou would, or a real power puncher, Joe Smith. There's guys who just fucking get you to the cage or in against the ropes and just smack.
According to Forbes, Floyd Mayweather Jr. earned an estimated $275 million from the bout, while Conor McGregor reportedly took home around $85 million. Even years later, the event remains one of the most lucrative spectacles in combat sports history. The fight was later revisited during an episode of Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, where Stephen A. Smith offered behind-the-scenes insight. Smith recalled a pre-fight conversation in which Mayweather confidently predicted he would stop McGregor around the 8th or 9th round. At the time, Smith admitted he was doubtful, particularly given Mayweather's history of hand injuries and the perception that his knockout power had diminished compared to his earlier years in lighter weight classes.
Stephen A. raised eyebrows when he claimed that Mayweather may not be as financially stable as he claims to be. According to Smith, there's a reason to believe that the former champion is either in financial trouble or heading straight towards it.
Mayweather, however, dismissed those doubts without hesitation, dissecting Conor McGregor's weaknesses with calculated detail. Floyd Mayweather Jr. explained that while McGregor was an accomplished UFC striker, he wasn't accustomed to elite-level boxing, particularly when forced to fight off the back foot. Floyd's approach was straightforward but effective: apply steady pressure, neutralize McGregor's offense at close range, and gradually wear him down. The fight unfolded much like he predicted. Mayweather methodically drained McGregor's energy before securing a stoppage in the 10th round. Reflecting on it later, Stephen A. Smith admitted he was stunned by how accurately Floyd had forecasted the outcome, prompting Mike Tyson to chime in with praise, acknowledging Mayweather's exceptional fight IQ.
40s now, still fighting these random people in random places for 5 million here, 10 million there.
No, he's just a big spender. You can't spend like that, you know? Like,
this guy has a lot of chains.
So many chains, bro. Chains, that's a depreciating asset.
Yeah.
Get yourself something that'll hold value.
Yeah.
Go buy some real estate, brother. Buy an original. We'd love to have you in the Dow. Invest in Prime, huh?
As the discussion between Stephen A. Smith and Mike Tyson went on, Smith made an interesting comparison. He likened Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s methodical breakdown of Conor McGregor to Tyson Fury's strategic domination of Deontay Wilder in their trilogy bout. Smith reflected on the intense press conference leading into that third fight, which came about after Wilder pursued legal action to enforce the rematch clause. At the event, Fury confidently predicted victory, outlining a clear strategy. He would come into the ring significantly heavier, lean on Wilder, sap his energy, and gradually take away his legs. According to Smith, Fury's detailed blueprint, built around physical pressure and endurance, mirrored the same calculated foresight that Mayweather had displayed against McGregor.
Brother looks me in my face, and he says, I'm gonna take him out about the 8th or 9th round. And I said, your hand's always broken. You ain't known for your punching power since you moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Why are you so sure you're gonna do this? He said, Stephen A., he's a UFC fighter. He said, and he's a striker. He's accustomed to coming at you and throwing punches. What he's not accustomed to doing is punching while he's throwing back.
He executed the plan almost flawlessly. Smith pointed out the clear similarities in how both Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Tyson Fury showed the vision and technical intelligence to predict exactly how they would control and outclass their opponents. Their confidence seemed rooted in strategy rather than luck. Still, some might argue that it was simply Mayweather setting up another massive payday, carefully calculating the biggest possible money grab. But what do you think?